If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor. Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch. Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes... Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
You were lucky.
I'm ready to...
Fine. Well, good.
I'd like to...
Good winner as well. You're a good type. Seems you've...
Not all that...
Oh, well.
Why do you say poor?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare.
A harpooner. Interesting.
Ah, of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace.
Black Peter, you say?
He...
I see. Yes.
But you ain't... It was in 1881.
And who...
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's...
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second.
I'll be here with my...
Here it is. Have you got any...
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't...
Oh, is...
Well...
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod.
Maybe.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
What am I doing here?
I'm not saying...
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
Mr. Holmes?
How was the invest? I'm not. What am I?
These are the suspects. I want. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed... Please.
Tell me, Mr.
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Never mind. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan.
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing these papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
I'm not saying...
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me? Why bring me here?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately...
Oh,
No, I just...
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note.
Indeed, it is the correct address.
it means, my friend, that you are...
What? What? A trap?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Gore. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector. The case is closed.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country, although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby. Watson, I'll...
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow. Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation. There was a building,
But
it was... traces. Let's take a closer look. The distance between the vehicle... These traces... First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared. First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
this is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item. There are no tracks. The rails have not been... There are no...
Oh.
Yes, well...
I
think we should meet this. Here is the... A telegraph. Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I read.
Nice.
It is...
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can read. However, if you need it, you can have the train
According to the train composition...
That's a highly secure... Those wagons...
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this?
Certainly not. No,
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? Oh, but now that you mention it, there was a message from Bridlington Station saying that
That... It appears...
It was
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare rails.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you...
Of course.
See you later, my good man. Railway post bags. An old This place serves as a storage area for the... This part... Railway post bags.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Please calm down.
Last night, then along...
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes. I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. And then, to top it off...
Can you...
Well...
Goodbye, sir. The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum. A telegraph.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night. But people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
I see. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
I see. Apart from the passenger... What was it?
Sorry.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
I see. What was it?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of...
Ah, that is, first and then, later on.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not. Good day to you, sir.
Good day.
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damn...
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Miss...
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my question.
Ah, well, all right. Yes, I'm a business...
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean... I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my...
What do you know about the Barkazis company?
It's a large...
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, I do not know if I will ever be...
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought... But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologize.
Nice.
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. The ticket inspector. Railway post bags. This...
I think...
Of course. Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. This... Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but...
A telegraph.
How could he fall asleep at work? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No.
You don't...
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Never mind.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount.
It will not be long. Locked. There is no sense in our... Bags were French? These bottles are too
shameful.
These tools were railway post bags. A handcar. Interesting. Watson, please tell me.
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear?
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
A hand... I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate... I should use... I should use the appropriate object here. So, now here we have...
Doesn't look much...
We need to attach... The steam...
Holmes...
It is... The lock... The head... The fire... Now let us see what we have here. First of all... The steam whistle... Watson, I do... The criminal...
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, I suggest we use my arm.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to...
Who were they?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly. Here it is. There is a side branch. There is one more. There is a... Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Is that so? Well...
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as...
Goodbye, sir.
Holmes, look. There's... a funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman. This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Tarrant, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. This ashtray is full of ash and... These...
That means...
Well concluded. apparent. Agree. These.
That means that the...
Well, this ashtray is full of ash and cigars. This.
New...
Betting. It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at...
Quite.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
Well, I was working in Nottingham. But I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
Never mind.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business.
There was a gentleman...
What?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that...
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
The switch is rusted, but it still works. Mines. It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines. Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. The distance between the vehicle would The vehicle. These traces. This place. Observing the lake. A lake. This railway branch should lead to the quarry. The switch is rusted, but it still works. The railway. Here it is. Watson, would...
No.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
This postbag. The state.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned. This is...
Watson.
And where...
I haven't.
Very well.
W-E-A. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the a light. There is a small.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled. Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... What's... This is the cabin for the mine's security personnel. This box must be the safe. The Mexican company Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at...
Yes, Watson. Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really?
No. De Chile.
Chile?
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Never mind.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation.
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's...
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not...
I asked Mycroft. Here is his report.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with our... The problem we have... all this... No, I did not...
Well, all right. What did I miss?
What?
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please...
Well, the case... Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Holmes, I had to do it.
It is all right, Watson. He got what he deserved.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence.
After I returned from Afghanistan, I vowed never to take another human life.
Watson, you did in fact save a life. You should focus on that. Now come, there is still much to do.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel... deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits. The a weak pulse. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the Chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what? And
You are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic? Isn't that the last...
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman Baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone...
Yeah,